Hey guys, TechieDogDog here and welcome to the video. And today is the day after April Fool's Day, hopefully, if this video gets out in time. And I'm sure a lot of you probably don't know this, but if you follow me on Twitter or you're also subscribed to Amos Redstone as well as me, then you'll know that me and him worked on a April Fool's Day invention which looked like it should have worked but didn't work. And basically we posted that yesterday on April Fool's Day, obviously. There'll be a link to that in the description. And basically what that was like an ultimate player launcher in survival vanilla Minecraft. But it didn't actually work, obviously, because it's April Fool's Day and nothing that's released on April Fool's Day actually works. So what was this invention meant to be? Well, as I said, this was meant to be a player launcher, and basically the idea was that you had this setup here, and basically the player was stuck inside the piston, and what would happen is the piston would retract, this one here, and due to the 1.9 piston glitch, that would pull you down through it. Which the idea is that as you're being pulled through it, you have quite a high velocity because it looks pretty instant when you get pulled down through a piston through that glitch. And basically we use a glitched headless piston. Now if any of you don't know, a glitched headless piston, if this is technically extended now, when this retracts, because it's a sticky piston, it will pull this slime block to where this piston is, and it will actually delete the piston and replace it. So what's supposed to happen is that you get pulled down by this piston here, and as it pulls you down, this slime block is then replaced with where the piston should be. So as you're pulled down, you're then slammed against the slime block and bounce really high into the air. And there'll be a clip on screen now of Amos Redstone's video where you can see me launch off, and obviously, as I said already, that is actually fake. But I'm going to basically run over today an explanation of how we did it, how we made it look so real, and you know, what was behind the system. Okay guys, so we actually did this whole system using command blocks, obviously, because that would be pretty impossible without commands. And actually the whole system runs just on these 7 command blocks here, 2 of which are repeat, and the rest are all normal impulse command blocks. And basically, I'm going to explain to you guys now what each of these command blocks did and how that worked to make the system work. So what we actually did is I was in this system here, and basically the lever wasn't actually where it was now, it was kind of up in front of me. And how we did this is we had Amos standing here recording me and me standing in the piston. And what happened is he took down the coordinates he was standing at with his directions, which is over here. He took all of that down with the decimal places so that it was super accurate, and he then stood there and recorded me. What I then did is I looked at him while he was speaking for the intro, and I turned around to flick the lever, and I actually had my coordinates open, and what I did is I turned around, and as I flicked the lever I hit F2. Now that took a screenshot of my coordinates, and we then wrote those coordinates down, and I obviously flicked the lever in that clip, and then we wrote the coordinates down. And basically we then had an armor stand that would teleport to those command blocks. It would sit there for a while, and it would teleport me to the armor stand, and it would teleport Amos to his position standing here, and then it would launch the armor stand into the air. So let's go over here to show all the command blocks of how we actually made that work. So the first one is obviously just summoning the armor stand. Now this was invisible and with no gravity. It didn't technically need the no gravity because we actually did that in this system over here, which I'll show you in a second. And then the other standalone command block was this one here, which was a repeat command that was always active, and it teleported me to any armor stands in the area, which obviously, because this is a blank world, it was just the armor stand that we used. Then this system here was the actual bulk of the whole thing, and there was actually a button on here which has been removed for some reason, and here you can see that, and basically what happened is, the first thing that happened was the armor stand was given no gravity. Now this meant that when it was put exactly where I was, which was slightly below the top of the block, it wouldn't fall down through the slime block, as obviously in the second clip we start off with the slime block here. So that would mean that it would actually stay in the right position, making the cut more seamless. We then had it teleported to the to the coords. The coords that I was at. Now these were the exact coords I was at, and that would then teleport it roughly over here in this block looking at the lever. I'd obviously be teleported with it, as this command block is still teleporting me to the armor stand at all times. This would also teleport Amos. This is Amos's in-game name. I can't speak today, sorry guys. That would teleport him to his recording coordinates. Now these were the exact coordinates which leave him standing around here looking at me, and that would basically mean that his camera wouldn't move at all like that between cuts or anything. It would look as if it was all one swift recording. There was then a bit of time for us to make sure we were all ready and set up, and then it basically took the gravity off the armor stand, and on this little repeat command it gave them a motion tag of 5 in the upwards direction to the armor stand. Now the reason that's on repeat is because if we just give it 5, it will only go just under 100 blocks. But that repeat means that I actually don't slow down for the first like couple of seconds as I launch, and then I start to slow down and obviously then start to fall again. But that basically added a bunch of height to it, having it as a repeat command, and that made it kind of more amazing, even though it's not really amazing because it didn't actually work. And that is actually all the commands we used for that. The only cut that was in there, apart from the explanation obviously, was between where I kind of flicked the lever and then where all of these commands activated and I was launched into the sky. Now one quick little interesting fact about that video is that you don't actually see me land from the launcher, and the reason for that is I accidentally shifted, and that meant that I shouldn't have bounced on the command block, but because it wasn't me that was controlling it, it was the armor stand, I still bounced. So we actually had to cut out the landing on both the clips because I'm a bit of an idiot and it would have been obvious that it was fake. So I'm really sorry to Amos for doing that. That was kind of my fault. But it still looked pretty amazing. As I said, there's a link in the description if you want to check that out. So guys, that is an explanation of how we did the entire April Fool's video. As I've said a million times now, if you want to check out the video, there's a link in the description, and there's also a link in the description to Amos Redstone's video. So thanks a lot to Amos Redstone for the idea and for filming it with me. It was really fun, and basically we worked together on the command block system, but this whole system here and the kind of idea for the player launcher was actually his. So a massive thank you to him. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the April Fool's video. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.